Yo, what is up, everybody? We are live here with another WrestleSense podcast. We took a week off visiting the 2PW show. I tried to do a podcast there, but didn't come out so great. But yeah. So we're going to go ahead and go over pretty much the same stuff we went over before. But as always, let's go over who's in the live chat first and foremost. Couldn't do without you. Wally's in the house. Good to see you. Paul's in the building as well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Frostbite in the house. Patty's in the place. Good to see you, Patty. Tito's here too. Monstar, great to see you, brother. Great to see you. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up and share it out. Is it Wabbit season? Oh, geez, Wild-Eyed Yeti. Good to see you, my friend. Make sure you guys share this out to your friends. Jamar's in the place as well. Clinton is here. Great to see you, my friend. Atticus Black is here as well. Big shout out to everybody here. Beetle, what up, Triple Beat? How you doing, my friend? We're going to get right to it. Bring the boys on. Talk a little shop about the experience at the 2PW show and what's going on in wrestling right now. So, CJ, what is happening?
What is going on? I'm like thrown off because we were off last week.
Yeah, it feels like forever for some reason.
It does. It only was a week, but like, yeah.
Like, we're back. The podcast is back after all this time.
What's going on, man?
What's up, brother? Doc as well.
What's going on, guys?
Talk shop.
What's going on?
Let's do the damn thing.
Best referee in Pittsburgh indie business, right above here.
Appreciate
that.
Announcer
in Pittsburgh, right below. Yeah. I got to experience that firsthand again with 2PW. We're going to talk about that momentarily. We will talk about the six senses, which is basically your wrestling sense, and we're going to talk about your opinion, which everyone has, and about some of the things going on right now. But is Ray watching?
I'm at a black and white gala, so no, I am not watching.
Oh, wait, he is. My bad. Here he is.
Oi,
cunts.
That was
perfect.
We're just gonna play that video to fucking death or what?
Yes.
Yeah.
Last show I didn't even want to play it because I'm like, I didn't want to kill it too much, and they were like, play it. I'm giving you the hint to play it. It has a life of its own right now.
Hey, I can say this live. Happy 40th or belated 40th, you old
Yes,
bastard.
happy birthday to Ray.
Yeah.
BH Bruiser hitting the 40. You're now over the hill, bro. Sorry.
Hey, welcome to the world of me and CJ.
Yeah.
40 from the side.
41 right? And done with the fun.
Wait. I'm pretty sure like 1, 2, 3.
I'm
still the youngest here, so fuck all of you.
Oh, you are. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, not technically. It's only 9 years. I was going to say I could be your dad, but if it was like there 7 or 8 more years, maybe.
Jesus,
you weren't getting ass at that age, boy.
Oh, man.
Come on.
Hey,
TJ would have been more likely
Barbie
than you.
collection.
You weren't even fucking blocking your baloney yet, pal.
Oh, man.
It was not there. No.
Hey, you look good for 40. I'll tell you that. You look amazing for 40.
Well, Just for Men and I have been having a fucking battle royal.
No,
Ray, listen. I had a fucking midlife crisis over the weekend because I started to see a lot of grays in the beard. So I was like, I'm going to get Just for Men, or it's fucking gone. And you can see it's fucking gone.
I've been dyeing my beard. Look, kayfabe, I've been dyeing my beard for like 3 years now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, like this patch and this patch
will not take the
color. They don't give two shits about the Just for Men. Like they got its number, it's licked. They don't give a shit. I dye it, and literally the next morning I wake up and they're like, "Surprise, motherfucker! I'm back."
My goodness.
So let's get a quick little review of 2PW, and we're going to talk about the six senses, 6 things going on in wrestling world right now. So we'll be right back.
I like the new tune.
Yeah, and I like the shorter intro.
Actually, me and Slack made that on GarageBand, I think, down at.
Oh, wow.
That's like perfect for a little intro jam. I like
real
it.
Quick.
Yeah.
There's actually lyrics for it too. Me and him.
We don't need lyrics.
Sound effects.
No.
No. Everyone's looking at the roll call now. 47, 50.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
As long as you're all older than I am.
JW, July what?
Yeah, now we're getting into whose birthday. I always say this when people talk about birthdays. Happy birthday to everybody on the day they were born. Congratulations.
Yay.
63. I love it.
So I'm still stunned that they named this show From the Side.
I'm not. Because I mean, I'm kind of a fucking big deal. If you know, I'm kidding.
I mean, I was hoping for like From the Side chant or something too, and I was going to the little kids and ask them if they knew what From the Side meant.
And for you lovely folks in the chat, if you want an exclusive WrestleSense podcast From the Side shirt, they are available.
Ooh, yes,
because message myself or Greggy.
Because I sold it exactly 0 at the show, so I did give away 4.
Yes, we have. They're just straight black tees with the WrestleSense podcast front, and then they say From the Side. Yeah. Our good friend CJ's phrase of choice.
Yes, it's a great phrase. I mean, you got to do everything from the side.
We soon will have a merch store. We've been dragging our feet about it, but it's coming.
So I felt like I was like an announcer in waiting or something, sitting at a table right next to Doc and Tony, because I was by myself. They're like, "How about here?" I'm like, "Sure." So I set up right there. Had a couple people stop by throughout the podcast. You can check it out from last week. It's iffy because it's in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, basically.
Yeah.
To be honest,
I was told we need 2 microphones next time too. I was told
that too, because you can't hear the other people. So it was a rig that I figured I'd just figure, see if it would work. It didn't. So we're going to cover a lot of the same things we did tonight. But I got some nice pictures from the show.
Back to the drawing board.
The mat's out there. See, I was sitting right here. I mean, it's work in progress. That way, if you suck at first,
and if you notice, let me point out that the way the entrance is, it's from the side.
That's right, from the side.
The barricades the last month either, but the barricades were there this time. The people in the front row were happy about that. Yeah. So I did get to like firsthand pretend, I was near the commentary table. I had the shirts. There's the shirt set up. You can see there. I had a little family right behind me, and everyone's coming from the back, like right behind me too. So the door was opening and closed. So I made do with what it had. So the Lego match, or it started off the show, man.
Hey, the Lego match was fun, man. It was a fun stuff. It was a fun one to call.
Nothing fun about landing on Legos.
No, there's not. I
would rather have tags. Legit.
Yeah,
we'll get you one, Riley. But see, I gave Rev some shit too later on. I said, you brought a ukulele to a Lego fight. And he ended up getting that ukulele lambasted across his head, and it shattered, I swear, into a million pieces like it was made out of Legos.
No, it was plastic, and it probably hurt like fuck.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, the weird shit like that's made cheap is the worst shit to get hit with. Yeah. I got hit with a barbecue platter once. It was plastic, and I don't remember the rest of the match. I was so fucking concussed. Actually, one of Doc's commentary partners, Church, who was a guest on the show here a few weeks ago, we asked him to go to the dollar store and buy some plunder for a street fight. And he found this barbecue, like, platter thing, like one of the things you put like burgers and hot dogs on. That's the hardest thing I've ever been hit with in my goddamn life.
I believe it.
I didn't get a picture of it, but someone came out with a Lego gun.
Yeah.
That's Flexor.
Yeah.
It looked real too. It was black.
Yeah.
It didn't have like a big red front on it, something so you could tell it's a toy.
Yeah.
The funniest thing is Tony Kincaid got up and walked out the building when he came out with the gun.
There's a reason for that. Tony Kincaid had some PTSD from a match way back in the day. We're not going to get into it though.
Okay. And I was like, where are you going? He just walked out. So here's one little shot of it. Everyone brought in some Legos and stuff, and it turned into insanity because it didn't stop with just boxes. The worst was the guy in the sock. He had Legos in a sock, and he was whipping people with it.
Barbed wire Legos.
Barbed wire
I'd
Legos.
rather have the barbed wire. Like, you guys don't. I don't know. CJ, Blaze, you guys just don't understand because you don't have kids.
Thank you.
I get it. I have nieces and nephews.
If you ever stumbled to your house at 2 a.m. with the lights off and stepped on Legos, you have used every curse word. And
known to man.
Threatened death on 73 different people that weren't even in your family.
Real quick, I stepped on one, right? And when I slid, my toe opened up, and one of those corner ones went right in the webbing of my toe. Do you want to talk about absolute fuckery?
Hey, guess what?
There it is. What?
In between your fingers or something.
Didn't hurt me a bit.
I do have a quick video of a big spot in the corner here during these pictures, but you can see the carnage of Legos. But they didn't stop. They brought in big things. Look, there's a ironing board with Legos all over it. Well, that's Rev whipping someone with his own belt.
Yeah.
He got cut loose in that one. He went crazy. And rightfully so after. He had a lump on his head. I was just telling these guys, I saw him later on. When the ukulele got him hit in the head, he had a huge lump. You can kind of see the lump there a little bit. It was gone after like an hour.
And let me just say, Ricky Dawkins took way too many crazy fucking bumps in this match that
I thought he was dead.
You see that green fucking gimmick right there?
Who rigged that? This Lego's sticking standing up in the air.
Standing up Legos. Block that.
Yep.
Someone
he went right on it too. Yeah, it was Ricky Dawkins. He took that. Oof.
Yeah.
Hey, my props to these guys for going all out for the fans' entertainment, but fuck that.
Yeah, there's the Legos. There's the sock in the back with full of Lego, and this was the opening match. It was like
wasn't the opening match.
They did the tag match, tag match, which was cool because they used the crane game. So the theory behind
it was cool.
From the side was mysterious opponents, mysterious stipulations. It was picked right before the match for a couple of these, which I dig those type of stipulation type shows.
In the video package that were done to pick the stipulations.
The crane game.
It was fucking phenomenal.
Crane game came out with the name of the person. It was very cool.
Right, Mornstar? Right? How many spots did he miss this time?
I didn't video a bunch of shit this time. I just did.
Ouch.
Well, CJ didn't end up on his back this time. Although you did hop real fast to over top of someone once rolling through, and I never saw you go that fast. Here's the spot I wanted to get the video of because I saw him prepping for this, and I thought when there's someone else going to come over, and this is going to be one big pyramid into the leg.
I like how he goes. I like how he slipped for a second and then got up, and this is called the Pyramid of Ouch.
It's like the smallest dude throwing it down too. So props to him. It took him a second.
Cliff Klepto is very strong despite how he looks. And boom!
Those Legos were freaking everywhere.
Yeah.
I got a nice shot. But it was a good idea to have the intermission after this match so they could clean up the Legos and stuff, obviously. Look at the look on their faces as well. I think I caught Tony off guard. So I was like, what the fuck are you filming me for? That was the only video I did. This guy impressed me, man.
Cowpoke Paul.
It was supposed to be Tad Jarvis, and it was a hog tie match, which obviously this guy had the advantage in the hog tie match.
And big shout out to Rumham. He's me and him go way back, man. He was
great dude.
Great to fucking see him, man.
Yeah.
This dude kept yelling yeehaw to the fans. Fans are digging it. Of course, where we were at, I think they naturally yell yeehaw and shit. So that was like. This was Don Murphy.
Deputy Don Murphy. Yeah.
A sleeper Don Murphy now. He doesn't want to be known as a deputy no more.
Yeah.
Well, I think he posted somewhere his first championship. I don't know if that's
it is his first.
Yes.
Good big shout out to him for winning some gold. Congrats. That was
that kid's come a long way, man. That kid's come a long way. I give him.
I don't know what CJ got into an argument match with this dude at ringside.
Yeah, it looks like he has to poop.
I very well could have because
that's the dude who wants on the podcast. We got to get him on the podcast.
The great 2PW catering.
Him and Freak.
That is Philip Archer, the survivor, not the Satan survivor. Philip Archer, not a nice character. Very scary.
Neither is Freak. Neither was he. I drug Freak over to the table for my little podcast last week, and he was like, "Am I getting paid for this?" I was like, "No," and he walked away.
Well,
okay, so here's what happened. What had happened was
context here, Doc.
The tag team championships do not belong to that man right there, Philip Archer. They belong to the Brotherhood. Brotherhood, of course, was eliminated from the match, but there was no tag team titles on the line. Unfortunately, the culmination wants all the gold. So, unfortunately, I was not letting anybody touch those belts, and he come over, exerted his power, and was able to get the belts.
Doc,
I was going to say, you're not very, very...
You're
not
like
a very big obstacle, Doc.
You got the look like you got that lust in your eyes for him.
It's a signature Doc look.
He does have bedroom eyes. What can I say?
His stink face is a signature look you'll see in these pictures here. But this was a 4-way tag elimination match, right?
Yes,
what I'm saying. This was the main event.
It was not. It was
elimination at its
3-on-3, I believe.
Wow! Look at that face.
I was mad.
He was mad.
You know.
I said the grit face was.
That is the I just stepped on a Lego face.
Well, here, I think we got one more.
That was called. Oh my God, the Denny's is kicking in on the ride home face. No shit. That's what that's called.
There's good old Freak, gory, hell of a match at the end there.
It was.
Yeah.
Look, same face. Look, there you got the face on again. Angry brother, weren't you?
I mean, he's a cantankerous old fuck.
I want to zoom in on that one. That one.
Yeah, actually, that needs to be that last face.
That's a T-shirt right there,
needs to be the T-shirt, and it needs to say "cantankerous old fuck."
No, that's because Philip Archer was rubbing it in my face that like, hey, we got the titles. The Brotherhood is a great tag team, and they've held and represented the 2PW Yeah, the look of love.
It's definitely not his O face.
Roadhead bull rope match. Sure.
Rope?
Jesus
Wow.
Christ.
Well, hey, I mean, whatever works, whatever sells, man.
Little
Whatever
autoerotic asphyxiation.
Did you ever see The World According to Garp? Remember that movie? Roadhead's dangerous. She bit the dude's dick off.
My God. Poor Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So this was the aftermath. I tried to get a good shot. I think the second shot, I was like, while they're ripping the ring apart, I was like, let me see how many freaking Legos are under there.
Monster, I'll do some calling to Marshall Gambino about your match there.
So that was 2PW was a blast once again.
It was fun. It was great.
I'm kind of sad I couldn't be there. My daughter,
we missed you. We missed you.
My daughter's a junior in high school, so I don't have many more of these moments left.
Yeah, and you got to take advantage.
I had a DJ business. Well, I still do, but I kind of ran off the rails for the last 12 years, and I missed a shit ton of stuff. And over the last year or two, I've really been trying to make an effort to never miss anything if I possibly can. So
love it.
They wanted me to take them to the dance, and they wanted to take pictures with the motorcycle and a couple of my buddies' hot rods and shit. So family shit came before the wrestling. But
as it should.
Take you as a chaperone.
We will be live podcasting. I gave Blaze a rundown. Blaze has been the first one to see the new podcast studio.
It is dope.
I was there. Fuck you, Blaze.
No, I'm talking since we've done all the work.
I know.
Plus, we were playing with the Roadcaster we bought, which is going to allow us to do multi-man live podcasts from shows. So, we're getting there. We're getting there. Big changes, people. You're going to notice some changes to the format of the show here, the intros.
Yeah,
all kinds of shit coming up. We're streamlining and getting more professional as we grow here.
November 3rd will be approximately 1 full year on this channel, and the game plan was always to build this little community that I had here, and I love that you guys continue to come every week. It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Big shout out to everybody that we see. We see the same names for now almost a year. So we're going to move November 3rd permanently over to the WrestleSense YouTube page and really start to create some cool content, little videos here and there from us about what's going on in wrestling. We'll do some quick shots and stuff like that. We're going to evolve. This is the plan.
We're going to start doing news as well as watch-alongs and a bunch of other shit. And you're going to notice some slight tweaks to the show as we kind of streamline and get everything worked out here. But like Blaze said, November 3rd.
It's going to be a blast.
Is step 2
things part. Popping, motherfuckers.
Big things happening. So we played off.
All right, let's get on to some goddamn wrestling.
We played on the name WrestleSense because we wanted to try to make sense of what was going on in the wrestling world. But everyone, their sixth sense is your wrestling sense. That's basically your opinion on wrestling, what you feel about a certain situation. There's no wrong answers. There's too many places out there to tell you if you don't believe this or that, you're not a wrestling fan or this and that.
Yeah, there is. Turn Jamie Hayter baby face.
There you go.
Watch all of it.
Let's get down to the sixth senses and what we think about what's going on in wrestling. We'll be right back.
Yeah, they can move to this. Your soul, man, they can move to this. It's brand new. Open your eyes and realize it's the new guys. Y'all can make.
Big shout out to Cassie, Madam Red. My thoughts and prayers are with you and your family at this time, Cassie.
Doc, how do these things work? Oh, there it is.
What the hell's that for?
Six topics. This is the same six except for the last one that I talked about or tried to on my failed podcast on Saturday. Because if you try to rewatch it every 30 seconds, it lags. So it's a pain to watch. But I appreciate the 60, 70 some views that it got out there. You guys are awesome for putting up with that shit. Pro wrestling, really the big news.
Coming through a chair at you.
White Rabbit everywhere.
Here we go.
We've had QR codes, mini games, the backgrounds of posters you got to watch, the backgrounds of interviews you got to watch, song lyrics, website source codes. I mean, it's crazy.
Dude, they're literally having a field day with Marks right now. It is insane.
I want to know if it's not I'm sure Bray's big, but who else is helping him plan all this? Whose mind is this? All Bray?
I'd say probably 95% of it.
What would you guys do if it was Big E? I'm just saying. What would you guys do?
If I was Triple H, though, knowing how crazy creative they know Bray Wyatt has been and all that, that's what I'd do. I'd be like, look, you figure out your dream fucking storyline, exactly what you want to do or what you would do if you had no constraints, and then bring it to me and we'll see what we got.
So Ray, I'm gonna poke each of your brains real quick here, because this is the hottest topic in wrestling by far. It's engaging, it's intriguing, it's going from show to show, making you want to watch, making you watch everything. Even it started with the song being played at house
during
shows,
a commercial break
at house shows,
and
then they brought
breaks.
the 923 at the commercial break as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to know is, and the rumor coming out tonight is that everyone's suspicion is true. Extreme Rules, Bray Wyatt. That's the call. It should be. How it happens, who knows? But that's not confirmed, and that's coming from Fightful though as well, from talking to the other talent.
I kind of like how they're dragging this on because I'm invested in it.
The word is everyone's really tight-lipped in the back about it, which is good. So
yeah.
So Regs, let's start with you. How would you unveil it at Extreme Rules?
Well, I don't know if I would do it at Extreme Rules. If we're
I agree
honest.
with Ray. Yeah.
I'd probably take it to Survivor Series. Survivor Series is one of your pillar shows. We're only a month away from it. Mm-hmm. I would definitely turn the heat up on it a little bit. I'm truly hoping. I mean, there's tons of theories out there. Somebody went through a fucking 20-minute video the other day that I fast forwarded through, explaining why Dolph Ziggler is the fucking White Rabbit. Like,
he is definitely
Marks
not.
are having a field day with this shit, and that's exactly what they want.
Yeah.
I'm really, really hoping that the idea of Bray Wyatt's Firefly Funhouse characters coming to life.
Me too.
Is what we're seeing. Like where it's Bray and he kind of does like a Three Faces of Foley thing where sometimes it's the cult leader Bray Wyatt, sometimes it's the Fiend, sometimes it's the Firefly Funhouse.
Yeah.
I hope that we have Braun as Huskers, even if they never really define those roles.
The Six is him. They're all him though. And that was my original, because he was Husky Harris. That's Huskus. Now he's going to come back as the Rabbit.
In the same token, with Dexter Lumis, with Scarlett Bordeaux, with Karrion Kross, and with Braun being there,
I'm not against that either.
I mean,
and bring back Eric Redbeard.
Look at that family though together, and being, led by Bray Wyatt, and then you have the opportunity. The Bloodline has ran SmackDown and basically WWE now for quite some time.
Yeah.
They're not stale. I don't want to say that yet.
No, what the best part of the Bloodline is? Sami fucking Zayn.
Yeah, Sami Zayn's gold.
But you're running out of stuff with the Bloodline that you're going to be able to do. So what if we have a whole nother family now to feud, whether Bray's family becomes the massive heels and the Bloodline has to flip face, or whether it's a double flip and a double turn because the fans turn. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much that could happen, but you right now, tell me another force that feels like they could oppose the Bloodline as opposed to this idea.
That's why maybe if it comes out at Extreme Rules, we can set up for Bray's boys versus the Bloodline at Survivor Series. Doc, what do you think? Where do you unveil it if it's Bray? Where would you?
You're gonna hate me for this. I would wait no Rumble.
Rumble?
I'd have him come back.
I think that's Cody's comeback day, though. I think that's Cody's comeback is Rumble.
There be more than one.
Yeah, I mean, there was look MVP.
Okay, I'm thinking McMahon. You're right.
But then again,
you're right.
I'm thinking, I like the Survivor Series, but does he somebody's secret partner in a match, or does he just appear? That's where I'm kind of torn.
I think in Extreme Rules there should be like something that happens to where maybe we see an alignment of some of the other characters. So whether it's Braun Strowman backing up Karrion Kross or Dexter Lumis or something like that, to where we start to see the formulation of the family, and then they kind of tease that, and it's not going to be a tease. Everybody's going to know what it is, but the anticipation of when it's going to happen then. Kind of like whenever AEW did the Exalted one, there was all the rumors of who's it going to be, when's it going to be, nobody knew, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Or who's he going to be with?
It could be one of those things where...
Who's he going to be with?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I would do something like that at Extreme Rules, and then at Survivor Series, I would have the show end with his alliance, his stable, whatever you want to call them, attacking the Bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the Fiend, like, the lights go out. We get the fucking fireflies lighting up the entire place, and we get the original Bray Wyatt, the cult leader Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
There's fireflies and a lantern on the poster for Extreme Rules, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, walking out with that fucking lantern, though, in the rocking chair, and you see the whole family behind him. that's how it closes with the bloodline in the ring.
Right.
I agree.
I mean,
CJ, let me ask you this.
So one question. Okay.
CJ, before you end up, if it's anyone but Bray, is it a disappointment?
Yes, 100%.
Everybody 100%. In agreement? Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, Doc, what were you gonna say?
You talked about Huskus. You talk about these, forming like a funhouse kind of faction family. One person who I am going to bring up again is Big E. And I know you guys are thinking, "Oh my God, why?" No, listen, hear me out. Hear me out, please.
Go ahead.
I can hear you out, but I'm not going to agree.
Biggie.
I mean, what about with the Huskers?
That's the point, Mark Caliber.
And where I'm going at with this is the simple fact is Big E is a huge horror movie fan and bonded with Bray Wyatt backstage. However, I'm thinking, I think Big E would be all over this. Could you imagine if Bray come back and he was like, "Oh yeah, I also brought my friend," and here come Big E, but it's not Big E. It's just like possessed with the pig Huskus face. Because if you notice, there were pictures out there of the costumes that were designed. I think it would work. I think it would just hit people. It hit the New Day fans like right in the heart, and it would bring more controversy and more just look to it. It's just a thought.
I don't disagree with your logic and the thing here. I just disagree with the why and where it could go. Like,
it's bad.
Do we really want to see the fucking New Day feuding with them, or do we want to see the bloodline?
We want to see the bloodline.
Me too. Well, there was a tease that this could be
the whole idea of the Huskus character. While I can see Biggie, able to portray it for sure, I think he could pretty much play anybody. Literally, Braun Strowman is Huskus. Braun Strowman went from a big 390-pound, like, not that he was in bad shape, but he was a power lifter, and now he's fucking chiseled.
Yeah, he's insane.
He has really transformed.
And let's be honest.
And he's going home to Raquel Gonzalez every night. God bless him.
But let's be honest, too, about Braun Strowman. The character they're doing with him right now is fucking directionless.
There's the monster of all monsters.
There's no point in it. Literally, they just brought him back to fill a roster spot. So giving him back to Bray Wyatt and back into that fold gives that character a reason and a purpose.
Yeah.
So I heard the rumor.
Monster, I love that about Brody.
What if it's a tease for Bray Wyatt's new movie? We don't know. We know he has a movie coming out. We know he filmed it. We don't know what it's about. What if this is all just? I've heard that theory. And please no. I'm on the other side of the fence. You guys want to draw it out a little longer? I want it to be done soon. Like, we know who it is. I just want to see how it's going to happen. It's good. I'm anticipating.
It's going to be good. However it happens, I promise you.
I don't disagree with you, Blaze, but
so you're like Batista. Give me what I want.
I don't think we need to unveil yet. I just think we need to see some
bigger clues,
steps forward.
Yeah.
The clues are great, but they've been purposely putting clues in to make you think it might be someone else and stuff. They're
and guess what? They're getting the viewers because of it. So it's
keep doing that.
Supposed to do.
Yeah, we're sitting here talking about it, so they're doing exactly what they want.
We're going on 10 minutes now. Let's move.
Number one story in wrestling, and I'm sure we'll be talking about it all the way up until we get the reveal. Next week we'll be talking about the matches for Extreme Rules, so we'll definitely get into that. So feed your head. We'll see more about that. New champions in AEW from last week: Moxley, Jericho, and the Acclaim. Anyone that you guys don't like that happened? I like Jericho's new angle about wanting to destroy ROH now.
I love it.
First,
Ocho. He's Ocho.
Moxley, talked about
Moxley, but I rather would have had Bryan Danielson.
Not as a transitional champion. No, let him have a run. Moxley's not going to have much of a run here.
I agree with Doc. Yeah.
It's going to be MJF taking it away, and can get it another time.
It doesn't have to be transitional. It's not the poker chip isn't like a Money in the Bank type of deal.
It is actually.
They mentioned it last
night.
And
they changed how it used to be.
They did. They definitely did.
Yeah, they said that a bunch of times last night.
While they haven't really said that until last night. Yeah. Last night, Excalibur exclaimed that he can cash that in anytime he sees fit for a championship match.
Okay. Another thing, too, you think about it, wouldn't it be more of a scumbag heel way to get the title as if he attacks somebody after having a grueling main event?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, it fits for MJF for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
And I love the Acclaimed. I wish they would have won at All Out.
Yeah,
me too.
I thought the All Out.
You were there, Doc.
And the crying 8-year-old that I had to deal with after the match.
I thought the All Out match was fucking fantastic. It was better than the one they had.
Absolutely.
I absolutely think they should have won it All Out. Why they held off, I really don't know. But I mean, I'm happy that they're. I'm glad to see
because that's the Acclaimed home
tag team. I mean, this is a tag literally that they put together on AEW Dark. This is a true AEW creation. They're not like the Young Bucks or even the Dark Order, some of the team in the Indies, anything like that. These guys were 2 single stars, just breaking into the business, got on Dark. Tony Khan put them together, and they've developed their own gimmick, their own thing. It's fucking phenomenal. And they definitely, I love to see that and deserve it. And then as far as Jericho goes, and then I'm going to shut up about the whole situation. It's another creation of Jericho. It's fucking fantastic.
Yeah,
they did it also so that CM Punk isn't the only one who's held the WWE Championship, ROH, AEW. Now he's not the only one to stake claim to holding all those titles. Yep. Jericho can too. And but Jericho, also this storyline of him bringing in old ROH champions for Jericho to face and him disrespecting it is fucking fantastic. And it's going to lead all the way back around to, first off, Daniel Garcia, but then we're also going to see like somebody's going to take that mantle, whether it's Samoa Joe, Daniel Bryan, somebody's going to take that ROH mantle, and this needs to run all the way until they have a TV show.
This is going to give them a TV show.
Keeping ROH alive, keeping the name alive like we talked about last week and everything. I'm digging it. So like we said before too, with what's going on in WWE getting better, they're got to step their game up over in AEW as well. Let's talk a little about Crown Jewel, the business side of it. I get it, but does anyone have
fuck less?
I mean, does anyone think that he can actually walk away with the title?
No,
no, absolutely not.
I do, however, think the match is going to be way better than people think.
Oh, I would agree with that.
I just don't think it's time yet. I think he needed a little bit more before you throw him into a main event like that.
I say win 2 matches on TV first, and then he could justify.
Blaze and I talked about this a little bit, and we had a disagreement because Blaze wants Logan to have a few more wins under his belt. Yep. Here's the flip side of that. He's had 2 matches. Both matches have been really, really good, better than we all thought it was going to be.
Yep.
The thing right now is he's hot as he can be as far as a personality and a name goes. But then actually in the wrestling world, because of the strength of those 2 matches, he's about as hot as he's going to be for right now. Mm-hmm. Now, what if we booked him in 2-3 more matches so we could build him and he fucking stinks up the place?
Right.
Then you've lost any money-making possibility for this. So pushing him into it right now, even though it's way early and he doesn't deserve it and blah, 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 you're going to get the most bang for your buck right now. Yeah. And if he fucking stinks up the place, you can say, oh, well, he's a part-time wrestler. It's his 3rd match, whatever. We can rebuild him from here. Yeah. As opposed to if he goes on Raw and wrestles, fucking Chad Gable and looks like a fucking doofus, then what do you go with him?
Well, that's a conclusion I came to after we talked about it was, well, maybe Logan's too busy to have some TV matches. He's that freaking popular and he's doing shit. So maybe he did. And at the same time, if he did look bad, it wouldn't look good to throw him in a world title fight after a couple bad fights too. But that's what we're getting. Crown Jewel. They get what they want. They get what they want.
And this is a throwaway fucking Saudi Arabia show. This is a glorified house show.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen the Pauls over there in India in the malls and stuff. They had thousands and thousands of people loving them. So good luck with that. I'm more excited about this. War Games. We don't have him to yell at us, unfortunately. So, Doc, who? I mean, we already talked about it. Is it going to be Bloodline versus somebody with the, we know the women's.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what you think?
I think it's Bloodline. Yeah, Bloodline versus whoever's thrown in front of them.
It has to be the Sammy turn, you would think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
So it'd be Kevin Owens and a bunch of guys on the other side?
Either Sammy turns on the Bloodline because they attack Owens, or they turn on Sammy and then Owens comes to his aid and then they build a team. Yeah. I just don't see another logical match for them out of this right now. Because
it starts the WrestleMania build for Sammy and KO winning the tag titles off of the Usos.
And I absolutely, somebody put Bloodline versus Team Rollins. I absolutely could see them bringing Rollins into Sammy and Kevin's team.
Yeah.
I mean, really, Rollins right now is in a weird position. He's 100% heel, but he's over like fucking Rover. So he's almost a tweener because the fans want him to be.
Mm-hmm. What do you guys think about that? Same thing with Jericho. He's a heel, but everyone sings his song when he comes out. I don't have a problem with that. My opinion is cheer and boo who you want. People are making a big stink about why are they singing along with Rollins' song? He's the bad guy. I don't really
because it's fucking great. That's why,
dude. If you
love that wrestler, good or bad, love him.
If you go back, though, to even like The Rock and Stone Cold, like everybody harkens back to the Attitude Era and blah, blah, blah. Every one of Stone Cold Steve Austin's Stone Cold Steve Austin's actions were heel-like. It's just he was over like Rover because the fans loved it. But he's fucking Stone Cold Stunning the Boss, flipping everybody off. Like, I mean, he was a heel, but he was over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Rock, whenever he finally broke out, he was insulting everybody and they cheered him for it. And
yes,
I think Rollins is in that kind of area right now where he's transcended the heel face thing and he's just him. And some fans are going to fucking love him and some fans are going to fucking hate him. And who gives a shit? He's Seth fucking Rollins.
So do they book a regular? I mean, we're gonna have 2 War Games matches. Do we see a traditional elimination match too, or no? Give me one, please.
We should.
I hope.
Please,
let's see what happens.
Well, there you go, Survivor.
Triple H is known as a traditionalist, so
true. The belt designs too, which I've been hearing about. New championships coming soon. I'm excited about that. And then we have Saraya. Get her name right.
I thought it was Saraya.
It's Saraya.
No, it's Ray. So
no,
not
it's
psoriasis. They did the psoriasis joke on TV last night, and she even said it. You know, people can't even get my name right. Or Britt said,
she kind of hammered it home yesterday on commentary that it's Saraya.
Yeah, Saraya. So
I always thought it was the other way, though. Wow,
I did too. I thought it was Saraya.
So she came out the first night and didn't really do anything. Last night it was a little more weird to me. It was a little weird to me last night. Here, let's bring out the women's locker room and 5 girls come out. And then the heels came out, and then I get why they were going.
But the women had 30 minutes last night on Dynamite.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. Did she say her job position?
She didn't. No, because it's probably undetermined as of.
However, she kind of hinted at the women's GM or some type of GM or something like that.
She's here for change in the division. She's listed 0 and 0
I
on
thought
the
website. Promo was fucking terrible. I mean, maybe I'm the only one.
Listen, I'm not disagreeing with you, but promo. You got to give her credit for being real and saying she's nervous and she hasn't done this in a while and apologizing for. And she tweeted also that it was a little rough, but it's going to take me time to get back into the.
One thing about her that I think people are overlooking, because I've seen a lot of hate on the promo, and I didn't like it either. Like I said, I didn't think it was good.
And I love her.
But she went from, when was she signed to WWE? She was what, 19, 18?
She was really young.
So she never really had, she was around the wrestling business, her family, and she wrestled from a young age, but she never really had a run on the indies where she was cutting her own promos and storylines. She was always in the WWE bubble where she was given scripts and direction. And now she's, the AEW doesn't do that shit.
Yeah, I have no fear
rumor is
she'll get it.
3-year contract is the rumor. Hey, Doc, what do you think about her with the little WWE jab? But now she has bosses that finally listen to her.
I think she was kind of put on the spot to say that, and I'll tell you why. The simple fact is, if you look at her last couple years, she had a lot of personal problems, a lot of personal things going on. Del Rio, the movies.
Yeah,
that were put out there.
Who took care of her?
That's what I was about to say, buddy. WWE did take care of her. I think this was a favor to the new boss. I think the new boss kind of put her up to it, to be honest with you.
But there is rumors that she hinted that she hopes to be able to wrestle very soon. So,
there was talk even 6 months ago before she left WWE that she was trying to get cleared.
I thought she was.
She might be. I don't know. From what I've heard too, I think Fightful reported that the contract is a 3-year contract, but also that the dollar amount suggests that she's going to be wrestling in the ring and not just a personality.
That's what I was going for. So did you guys see
one last little thing? And CJ and DH could definitely agree with me on this one. To quote the Blue Meanie in the movie Hardcore Heaven, in the wrestling business, you do what you're told. And unfortunately, that doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter if your first day. It doesn't matter. Oh my God, it's this person showing up out of nowhere for how long. You do what you're told, and that's another thing too. I think she was actually told, hey, I'd like to get that little jab. And I know you were frustrated with WWE, and I know they took care of you. But if you could say this, it'd be greatly appreciated. Of course, it's yes, boss. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
True.
I somewhat agree with that, but I don't 100% agree with it.
I don't disagree with the barbs.
I'm sure if she didn't want to say it or had a problem with
it,
she probably wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
But in the same token, he just signed you a 3-year deal with a fucking
I get that,
money,
but if that's me, I don't know. Maybe I'm.
She's obviously going to be very
older.
visible.
I'm not saying that. It's not necessary.
Yeah. Like I said,
and she can spin it however. I mean, that could have been directed towards Vince McMahon.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
right.
whatever.
True. I just don't want it to be a recurring
or Mark
thing
Carano
too much,
or whoever the fuck
of it.
Yeah.
Johnny Ace, whoever you want to throw under the bus.
For those who don't know, that's Paige. If you've been under a rock, Paige came back, and another individual who came back this week.
Biggest pop.
It's not Paige. There's been so much fucking plastic surgery. She's like Paige-esque.
She looks better, more natural now than she did during the Paige hair that day when she really looked inflated. She's looking a little more normal. But
yeah, she does look.
Yeah, buddy.
The Poison Pixie making her return.
And she looks like $1 million fucking from
after having a kid.
And no one knew about it. It wasn't on the dirt sheets. People weren't saying, watch out for Candace because John.
Yeah, it was slated for Nikki ASH to be wrestling Dewdrop, and you got Candice LeRae. So
what do you think, though, CJ? At the end of that match, ASH took her mask off. You think that's the end of that gimmick?
I fucking hope so, because Nikki Cross is so much better.
As a badass.
Sandy Nikki Cross.
If we're going to be honest here and we're going to build the women's division, Dewdrop's fucking name needs to go too, because when she was Piper Niven, she was a badass too. So I would like to see those two continue their tag team, but drop all the fucking gimmicks and start being a badass team that runs through people, because that's one thing you don't have with any of the women's tag teams is really a gimmick outside of Damage Control. None of the women's tag teams are a tag team. They're just fucking thrown together duos.
They got some
and I think that needs to happen if you want the division to be taken seriously. And I think that was part of the fucking complaint that Naomi and Sasha Banks had, is that like, how is this a tag division if we're not tag teams, if we're not coming out together, if us beating one another in a 6-man or 6-woman match doesn't matter, then why are we even doing this?
So some came out today earlier that since we're talking about the women's division, obviously these two companies are both putting a big emphasis on it. That's why I put these two at the last here, and that's a good thing because they deserve it. Sasha Banks changing her Twitter handle back to Mercedes, and they're saying that she's distancing herself from WWE return now when it looked like it would. So
that's fucking
they're modeling as well.
If you go look at her fucking profile, she changed her name, and then right the fuck under it in her description it says Sasha Banks WWE.
Yeah, and then the Liv Morgan MJF shit too. There's a picture of Liv Morgan with MJF, and people were all up in arms about that shit. I'm like, so what? They're friends. So what? They're in the same place.
Yeah.
So what?
Yeah.
Nowadays, you're allowed to do that. It's okay, and I think that's a good thing.
He's engaged.
No, Joker, no.
Actually,
no,
he's probably full of shit, but he said in his thing that does not mean rats shouldn't try. He did a wrestling podcast on Barstool. If you haven't seen it, it's funny as shit. It's wrestling, RASSLIN. And he fucking for an hour just bashes the host nonstop, and it's great. So but he talks about it, and he's like, yeah, my girlfriend, my fiance knows that that I get strange, and if she doesn't dig it, then she can get the fuck on. Like,
I agree with Monstar.
The most heel fucking shit, period. But
Chelsea Green is one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life.
There's one other kind of bit of news, which we're on this kind of topic of shit that gets misconstrued and everything. Malachi Black, who took some time off, and now Buddy Matthews taking some time off. Everyone jumped to conclusions where both have actually debunked it, saying they're coming back to AEW. It's just going to take a little time. They both basically said that.
Yeah.
Malachi went live and said it, and everyone's ready for everyone to go back to WWE. Like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I expected it. We talked about it 6 months ago.
Malachi has a 5-year contract, so unless they legitly release him, which there's all kinds of rumors about the conditional bullshit. Why would Tony Khan?
He said it. He said that was wrong. He said that it wasn't conditional. He said it on his live stream, and I would tend to believe it from the horse's mouth if I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. You know.
Well, they're not straying away from the House of Black at all. Brody King is not going anywhere. He said he's not going anywhere, and they debuted Julia Hart's new ring attire and music on Dark this week.
She had a big snake tattoo down her arm. Do you see that?
And she had House of Black gear and has a new like gothic kind of metal.
I fucking love music. I fucking love
People love the jump to
I don't think they're going away from that gimmick at all. They're just those guys are taking time off.
No. So next week we'll be talking more about the big super cards coming up because we got 2 next weekend. Yeah, so a lot of big matches coming up. We'll do a little review type stuff, and can't wait for some Doc. Anything coming up soon with RWA? There's one on October 10th.
No, let me see here. October 15th will be the next RWA show, and the Rock and Roll Express will be defending their RWA tag team.
So who are they dropping the belts to?
I don't know what you're saying. Come on now, you don't know that yet.
It was me. It was me.
It's Team Smut is gonna take it from them.
Oh,
Team Smut makes their return to take the belts. I would love that. So
yeah, my knees would not. So
you and Robert Gibson could. Yeah, you and Robert Gibson would be okay in there. You'll be fine.
What is it? Are we gonna have like a dueling crutch match while CJ and Ricky work the match? Because I can't.
I'm down with that.
Yeah. Let's get.
I mean, fuck, if you're gonna book it, I'll do it. But it's gonna be a shit show.
Real quick. Robert Gibson was backstage after they won the title, and one thing they always talked about in their documentary is Ricky always thanks Robert after a match. They've been doing it for over years. No, and Ricky goes, "Robert, thank you," and he goes, "Ricky, like always, man, you're welcome." And it was just cool to see that after hearing so much about it. And there's Robert Gibson, pretty much almost butt naked in a chair, and he's like, "Hey, what's that guy's name?" I was like, "It's Bodie." He goes, "Bodie, you want a picture?" And Bodie's like, if you could put some pants on."
No.
I was dead. He goes, "Oh yeah, you're right." There, puts his pants on, and he takes a picture, and like he guys, and then Ricky Morton's like, "Here, hold the belt. I want to take a picture with him." Like it was kind of cool because they wanted to take a picture.
Some of the old timers have no shame in their game.
No, they don't.
I love it.
I interviewed Tracy. Yeah, I was gonna say we interviewed Tracy Smothers with no fucking pants on, and he tried to hug me at the end, and I'm like, "Can you put pants on, bruh?"
No.
Like, I love you to death, but god damn it, like I don't want your wiener touching my thigh.
God rest his soul, man. Smothers was awesome, man.
Yeah, it was.
You said you were looking forward to Rock and Roll Express, Doc. I'm glad you got a moment.
Yeah, I did. It was I actually got the call that solo. Church called off, and Tony Kincaid was nowhere to be found. So
I know, I got a last minute call to do commentary for RWA, and it was literally on my birthday. The wife had dinner.
Fucking birthday, asshole! I tried.
The wife had dinner plans and stuff, and I'm like, Jesus Christ! Do I go call the fucking Rock and Roll Express with my best friend, or do I get married? I won't probably sleep on the couch for the next.
Happy wife, happy life.
So
I hope
should have called the Rock and Roll Express.
Wow!
So we have a lot to talk about, but first. At the end of the day, CJ.
At the end of the day, wrestling has been really great lately. I would say not the best Dynamite yesterday, not terrible, but
the reaction's been good though.
Yeah, the ratings all across the board have been a lot better. I think Dynamite's had over 1 million for over a month without Omega, without Punk.
Last night's was 900, but
was it? Well, I don't.
Yeah.
But prior to that,
to me, that's still amazing. That's 900,000 people. Let's get real, people. Yeah. That's a lot of people watching.
Yeah, life is good. Life is great. Everybody masturbate. I don't know.
There you go, Doc. At the end of the day, Doc.
I can't top. I can't top that. I can't. Now, at the end of the day, it's safe to say, watch all of it and have fun with it. Embrace it. I'm done.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the end of the DH day.
Well, at the end of the day, I agree with both the boys, all the boys. I'm excited about what this WWE is going. AEW, the Young Bucks posted they're coming back soon, so
good.
We'll see them coming back to full strength here shortly. And I've dug how they filled in the gaps and kind of elevated people to fill those gaps. It's been pretty awesome. Deadpool trailer came out, and him and Hugh Jackman are going to do a buddy cop movie. I'm so fucking excited. But it's two goddamn years away. But other than that, at the end of the day, happy about the future of this show. Happy about the future of fucking pro wrestling. Love you, motherfuckers. And for all you in the comments that are saying some outlandish shit here.
I love our chat rock.
I love you, motherfuckers. That's fucking hilarious.
Our chat.
You got a lot of happy birthdays, by the way.
I appreciate it. I don't.
Yeah,
I'll be honest. I don't watch the comments as much as the other guys because the computer setup I have sitting here is kind of weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I hope you guys like the little streamed down version. We're going to try to keep the shows digestible at about an hour.
Yes,
a lot of changes coming. A lot more content coming for you guys. So help spread the word. Tell your friends who watch wrestling to like and subscribe to the page
from the side.
Help us build up our following so that we can do more content. So
yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
I hope everybody has a great week. And
what about you, Blaze? At the end of the
masturbation. I don't.
At the end of the day,
I think that needs to be the end of the show from now on.
Masturbate. Yeah. To me,
there's mud in your eye.
My saying has been since we started this, and it's gotten a lot better. It's a great time to be a pro wrestling fan. And I'm glad that I got these dudes to help bring all the information to you guys out there. Big things, fun things coming here. You're going to get a
nice shirt, Blaze.
You're going to get a unique perspective about pro wrestling here that you're not going to find anywhere else. And I can guarantee you that much.
And outlandish
shit all day, all night. It's hard to keep the show under an hour because I can talk with these dudes for 5 or 6 hours. That's how you guys have learned to know them for over a year now. You guys in the chat, we're family now. We are the WrestleSense.
But it's a school night, so let's keep it an hour on school nights.
CJ has to go wrestle weight and masturbate or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
We out of here, folks. See you on the flip side. Peace.